Yes, people, it's Creamslice and we are back again. When we on the hunter this time, and boy oh boy have I got a sick hunter build for you guys. 3.0 just keeps getting dirtier and dirtier, but with this hunter build, right, I'm just letting you guys know it's legit. So for all you solo players out there who want to do some master lost sectors, want to go in the dungeon, I've saved the day for you guys. No bullshit. So we're gonna go straight into this hunter build, unlimited abilities, right? So many buffs going on, you don't know what to do. It's buffs, you got buffs coming out your eyeballs. They're gonna be making enemies look stupid. Honestly, it's got everything in it. And when I say I like to use different exotics, it's not your shards of Galanor, it's not your Ahamkara spine throwing grenades, it's none of that. Let's just get into it. Jeez! Right, so first things first, Blade Barrage is probably the best super in the game right now. Let's not lie to ourselves, it's the best super in the game. But the thing that I was looking at and I really liked was this acrobatics dodge. So when you perform an acrobatics dodge, you become radiant, giving you a 25% damage buff for a short period of time. So I'm looking at that going, right, we can do an acrobatic dodge, but what can we do within that acrobatic dodge that is going to make this really special? Now, here's another one. Here's a nice little tip for you. The Bombardiers, if you have a look at the exotic boots on the solar subclass, when you perform a dodge now, when it explodes, it scorches your enemies. Just if you did not know. But that's not what I'm bringing to the table. So we're going to be using the acrobatics dodge, and the reason why I'm using this, and I'll show you right now. Boom! The jesters, the Gemini jesters. If you have this exotic, go get it out right now. So this is essentially just like having blinding nades, right? But now it's tied into your dodge, right? So we're going to be doing an acrobatics dodge, and yeah, every single Solar 3.0 build with the hunter, you need your dodge back quickly because everything ties into the dodge, right? Even a gambler's dodge, everything ties into your dodge because we are going to be dodging and we're going to be using our melee attack to, you know, make elemental wells and all that good stuff, but it requires you to have your dodge all the time. So when we play into the Gemini jesters with this build, you're doing an acrobatic leap, you're going to get a 3-in-1 with this. Straight off the bat, this makes it a high tier build, right? Because straight off the bat, you're doing a dodge, you're disorienting enemies that are around you, and when we pair it with classy restoration that I haven't unlocked yet, but trust me, I'm going to get there and it's going to be a solid build. But even without classy restoration, the way we build into this particular solar build will have you being resilient as fuck. We've got all buffs and health regen going on, so this will just take your build to the next level. So when I say you've got a 3-in-1, you're going to become radiant with your acrobatic dodge, you're going to disorient your enemies, and you're going to get classy restoration proccing. So as we go for the aspects, we're using in knocking down, while radiant, final blows with your equipped throwing knife, fully recharge and melee. We are using knife trick because I just personally like this. I think it's a bit easier because you get 3 knives, so you got 3 chances of hitting a target, if that makes sense. And then we've got on your mark, and the only reason I'm using this is so we can get 5 slots for our fragments. And when we use all of the fragments, there will be a dim link below, but the fragments we're using just build into this. It just goes so nicely with this build. I can't wait to get into it with you guys. I'm getting excited now already. But see, when I told you about how we've got healings going on and stuff, if you don't have classy restoration, you're going to be using a healing grenade in activities that don't require a champion, because with this setup it allows you to cover all champions. So we have barrier champions covered, overload champions covered with the molten grenade from the artifact, and then obviously unstoppable, you can put that in your primary. So this build leaves you with a special weapon of your choice, right? If you don't want to use the overload grenade, you don't have to. You can run 2 primaries, yeah, and just play the way Bungie wants us to play. But we're not playing that game, you play my game. And the main focus of this build is going to be the Lament. So powerful. I know you guys have seen videos of people doing solo dungeons with the Lament because it is that good. And the reason it's that good, not only does it put out a lot of power, right, but it also has rev consumption that when you damage a combatant, healing yourself. So we're not only healing ourselves with the Lament, we're healing ourselves with our healing grenade, and then if you have classy restoration as well, you're healing yourself through that as well. So I'll show you another way how we can increase our health and our recovery without speccing too much into our recovery, and it's using this. Ember of Tempering. Solar weapon final blows grant you and your allies increased recovery for a short time. This is really nice. I know it's got minus recovery, but it speeds your recovery up and it stacks to 3 times. And to get our dodge back even quicker, we are using Embers singeing. So when we get a knife kill with our throwing knives, we're going to scorch our enemies. It's how we get our dodge back. And we've also got Ember of Tortured. Power melee attacks against combatants, makes you radiant as well. And then we've got Ember of Solace to increase our radiance and our restoration. Last but not least, we have Ember of Searing. Defeating scorched targets grants melee energy. It seems to me like with the Hunter tree, you need to be doing a lot of scorched damage. So we do have them with our knives, which is good, but we're not always going to have our knives up. Strong chance that you're going to whiff your knives just like we all do. Have you covered, guys, right? So if you go and farm the new activity now, there are weapons that are dropping with incandescent. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Incandescent, yeah. But anyway, right, they are dropping with this perk, and this defeating a target spreads scorch to those nearby. So this is another way how you're going to feed into your abilities through the scorch effect, by getting you a weapon with this perk. I know there's a few weapons like the Callous mini tool that are dropping with this perk as well, so definitely go farm yourself one of them and throw that in with this build. This is going to be where I'll show you all the mods that I'm running quickly. Like I said, there's going to be a dim link, but like the video for me, subscribe if you like the build and you want more. We're doing really nicely on the channel. Thank you for your continued support. Let's go over the mods. So we've got Elemental Charge. When we pick up a Solar Elemental Well, we become Charger Light ×2. We've got 2 utility kickstarts on there to boost our dodge, because everything, like I said, revolves around the dodge, and we're going to need it up most of the time, right? And on the legs, with innovation and recuperation, so when we make orbs of power, we're constantly getting healed with recuperation, innovation that will regen all of our abilities when we pick up an orb of power. We've got melee well maker on there to make our solar elemental wells, right? On the chest piece, we've got double solar resistance and void resistance, and we have reaping well maker on there as well. Now this is a mod you can swap out if you want, but I'll tell you why I'm using reaping well maker as well as melee well maker, because we have high energy fire, because this stacks on top of that radiant buff. So with the radiant buff we get a 25% damage buff, and with high energy fire we're getting a 20% damage buff. So our shotgun and our sword are now doing 45% damage, right, extra. Now you can use elemental wells with this, but I do feel like the time kind of runs out a little bit quickly in the harder tier content, so that's why I like to go with high energy fire. So the reason I'm using reaping well maker is that when I dodge, so the way you're going to do this, you're going to dodge around loads of enemies, like make them walking around dizzy. It'll make it easy for you to get the melee kill off. Because as you know, in harder content, when you try and do shit, it doesn't work out well because you've got everyone shooting your brain out. So with the Gemini jesters, I'm just making it easier for when you are surrounded by too many enemies, right? So it's easier to get the melee off. If by any chance you have 5 left thumbs and you end up missing your knife trick, just get a kill and it'll spawn a void elemental well, and then you are charged with light through the elemental well, the void one. So we're always charged with light if we miss our throwing knife instead. So that's why I've got that on there. We've got bountiful wells on the head. When we do get a melee kill, when we do our dodge, we're going to get 2 void elemental wells and 2 solar elemental wells, which will make us charge with light, but also feed into all of our ability regen, as well as getting shotgun kills with that new perk, and so on. You get the gist. And then we've got harmonic siphon on there. We can create orbs of power with our solar weapons. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to stop talking now. I'll let you play it out. But yeah, I'm creamslice. I'm out of here. Peace.